Did you know that California law has quite a few maxims of jurisprudence? Now, while California statutes don't all provide canons of statutory construction, um, if you look at the California codes, particularly Civil Code Division 4, General Provisions Part 4, which has sections 3509 to 3548, Part 4 is called Maxims of Jurisprudence. So what exactly are these maxims? Well, a maxim is generally defined as a short, pithy statement expressing a general truth or a rule of conduct. So as I'll read to you, these sections of the California Civil Code indeed provide short statements that express a rule of jurisprudence, although some of them may be a little difficult to decipher. Part 4 of the Civil Code was enacted in 1872, and it contains 38 code sections, each which sets forth a short legal rule. Now, while most of these were placed in California statute back in 1872, some of these maxims were added to the Civil Code in 1965. In California Civil Code section 3509, we're told that the maxims of jurisprudence hereinafter set forth are intended not to qualify any of the foregoing provisions of this code, but to aid in their application. Hopefully that will be clear. So the following are the jurisprudential maxims in their associated code section, along with the year that they were placed in the California Civil Code. When the reason of a rule ceases, so should the rule itself. Section 3510 in 1872. When the reason is the same, the rule should be the same. Section 3511 from 1872. One must not change his purpose to the injury of another. Section 35112 in 1872. Anyone may waive the advantage of a law intended solely for his benefit, but a law established for a public reason cannot be contravened by a private agreement. Section 3513, added in 1872. One must so use his own rights as not to infringe upon the rights of another. Section 3514 in 1872. He who consents to an act is not wronged by it. Section 3515 from 1872. Acquiescence in error takes away the right of objecting to it. Section 3516 in 1872. No one can take advantage of his own wrong. Section 3517 from 1872. He who has fraudulently dispossessed himself of a thing may be treated as if he still had possession. Section 3518 from 1872. He who can and does not forbid that which is done on his behalf is deemed to have bidden it. Section 3519 from 1872. No one should suffer by the act of another. Section 3520 from 1872. He who takes the benefit must bear the burden. Section 3521 from 1872. One who grants a thing is presumed to grant also whatever is essential to its use. Section 3522 from 1872. For every wrong there is a remedy. Section 3523 from 1872. Between those who are equally in the right or equally in the wrong, the law does not interpose. Section 3524 from 1872. Between rights otherwise equal, the earliest is preferred. Section 3525 from 1872. No one is responsible for that which no man can control. Section 3526 from 1872. The law helps the vigilant before those who sleep on their rights. Section 3527. The law respects form less than substance. Section 3528. That which ought to have been done is to be regarded as done in favor of him to whom and against him from whom performance is due. section 3529. That which does not appear to exist is to be regarded as if it did not exist, section 3530. The law never requires impossibilities, section 3531. The law neither does nor requires idle acts, section 3532. The law disregards trifles, section 3533. Particular expressions qualify those which are general, section 3534. Contemporaneous exposition is in general the best, section 3535. The greater contains the less, section 3536. Superfluity does not vitiate, section 3537. That is certain which can be made certain, section 3538. Time does not confirm a void act, section 3539. The incident follows the principle and not the principle the incident, section 3540. An interpretation which gives effect is preferred to one which makes void, section 3541. Interpretation must be reasonable, section 3542. Where one of two innocent persons must suffer by the act of a third, he by whose negligence it happened must be the sufferer, section 3543. Private transactions are fair and regular, section 3545. This one's from 1965. Things happen according to the ordinary course of nature and the ordinary habits of life, section 3546 from 1965. A thing continues to exist as long as is usual without things of that nature, section 3547 from 1965. And the last one is the law has been obeyed, section 3548 from 1965.